He would appreciate it. I would make this joke all the time. When he was alive, he went with me on some book tours, and I would take questions. And when someone asked that question, I would say this jokingly, that he said, Michael, no matter where you go and no matter what you do, under no circumstances should you split tens. Which is a blackjack term, and my father loved gambling. It's not as funny in a room full of people who obviously don't know how to play blackjack. But trust me, if you wind up at a casino at any point and you have 2 tens, stick. You don't want to split them.
You also will not want to see what happens if you split tens and you're at a full table.
I'll tell you right now, my father would have gotten up and walked away from the table with an angry expression. I think that it's probably safe to say that I learned absolutely everything that I know from my father. My dad, I'll give you a story. So I've ever said there are a lot of people in the world who know more about sports than my father, and there are a lot of people who know more about opera than my father. But no one ever knew more about sports and opera than my father. Those were his 2 great passions. So I grew up at Shea Stadium and at the Metropolitan Opera. And so my best memories, actually, of being with him are less about being at Jet games than they are about being at the opera and going out for dinner afterwards. And that was like, those were magical nights, because in those days, people would wear tuxedos to the opera. And I didn't. I was a little kid, but other people would. So those were like fancy nights. That was like going to, I don't know, it was like going to the prom every single weekend or however often it was that we went. So those are some of the memories that jump immediately to my mind. And then mostly a lot of misery rooting for the New York Jets, what they have caused us through most of my life.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.